I learned about it by picking up the base newspaper and saw that they had received a military accommodation award for their heroism. But they go to Iraq and they fly reconnaissance and surveillance missions over Iraq, calling in airstrikes of the fighters and the bomber planes. So it's very important for us to come to this base, I think, and to provide a witness as we're doing today.
I believe that we are here holding ourselves accountable, and I believe that we are screaming accountability for our leaders. Since 9/11, this country has gone in a drastically different direction than that which we would hope for our country. This administration must be held accountable. Just as we must demand more of our leaders, we must demand more of our media. It's the constant denial of reality by both that is so dispiriting and so disabling. Chalmers Johnson, the author of Blowback and several other books, you may know of him, has recently informed us all, as many of you will know, that we have over 800 foreign military bases around the world. The U.S. military presence is not just a footprint, it is a Goliath, and we are traipsing our muck all over the planet. In my penchant for hyperbole, I am prone to say that we treat the world as our sandbox, and more aptly as our litter box, and we don't mind shitting anywhere in it. You know, we have to ask ourselves, are we really more secure? And in answering that, I join Osama bin Laden, and I join Ward Churchill in saying, the chickens will come home to roost. Why would we think that they wouldn't? Consider that there are ongoing protests right now against the U.S. military in the Philippines, in Okinawa, in South Korea, in Guam, the Marshall Islands, in Ecuador, in Greenland, for God's sakes, in Australia, Diego Garcia, Stalin, in Poland, and Czechoslovakia. On this very day, there is a huge convening of protesters in Vicenza, Italy, objecting to our bases all around the world, and most specifically in that city, the city of Vicenza. What makes us think that we have to look very hard for Al-Qaeda American-hating recruits? We can find them in the population of the Greenland Inuits, a population that was ousted from their lands by the United States to make way for Thule Air Force Base. We can look for those same American-hating Al-Qaeda recruits in Diego Garcia. A population there was deported in 1961 by the United States and the United Kingdom, and all of their pets were gassed. We can look for objectors to American policy in Okinawa, where we are presently installing a base or threatening to do so in an area in which they have at least 3 species of endangered sea turtles. We can look for protesters against the United States and its militarism in Australia, where presently there have been the Talisman Sabre war games, and Aussie and American aviators have been bombing the crap out of a pristine environment close by the Great Barrier Reef. It brings me to the celebration that people are pouring into this Naval Air Station today. As these instruments of death will be roaring through the heavens, there's no question in my mind on which side the angels are dwelling. I can't see much to celebrate about the Blue Angels. They represent the creme de la creme of that world. Members of the same fraternity, the same culture, the same religion that took John McCain over the heavens of Hanoi. And that presidential candidate still doesn't get why the Vietnamese may think less of America than he would want them to. Moving along, celebrate the Blue Angels? I'd far rather celebrate America's real heroes. They would be Aaron Watada, and they would be Camilo Mejia, and Kelly Dougherty, and our own Perry O'Brien, and Brian Clement. They are our real American heroes. I believe that America's leaders in particular have forsaken their humanity. They frame the discussion, and the media, their co-conspirator, doesn't broaden the conversation, lest the interests of the corporate masters be betrayed. Scott Ritter asks, why are Americans continuing to kill and die in Iraq? Most Americans know that this is a resource war. The oil laws, the so-called benchmarks, put the lie to the fact that we are in Iraq for any other reason.
Hang in there. I'm almost there.
That's what Tom Allen says. I'm almost there.
We'll get to Tom Allen. The Democrats and the Republicans are they're two sides of the same coin. They are all part of the corrupted system that is beholden to the corporate elite interest, and nothing is going to change unless we demand it. No one in the hearings in Congress exploring the merits of the surge asked Petraeus, just what in the hell are we doing in Iraq? They don't want us there. If you and I and Code Pink and military families who speak out and IVAW and the global network don't speak out, we are allowing all of this to become part of the ambient background. We in effect tell Tom Allen and Mike Michaud and Nancy Pelosi and John Conyers, if we are silent, and we're telling the world, if we are silent, that this is what America is and this is what America does. The green zone is what America is. The hideously offensive embassy with hundreds of non-Arab speaking employees is us. The bombing in Iraq and Afghanistan that take 100 civilian lives a day, that's us too. And Oxfam tells us that 70% of the Iraqis don't have access to drinking water. 50% live in abject poverty. 50% are undernourished. All that is okay. We can make that go away by our silence. It also becomes okay that the Iraqi will have 15% of the revenues from their oil fields, while the poor oil companies will have to squabble over the remaining 85% if the Iraqi parliamentarians would just get off their asses and pass that benchmark. That's what our silence sends.
Let's not be silent.
With our silence, all these things become part of the irrelevant background, and that includes Abu Ghraib, it includes Guantanamo, it includes Bagram Air Base, it includes torture, it includes extraordinary rendition, it includes surveillance, on and on and on. I know that you all are aware. Here's my primary point today, please. I know you're all aware that we have planned visitations or occupations, call them what you will, of Congressman Allen's office on September 25th and of Congressman Michaud's office on September 26th. We must have you there to demand impeachment. We must begin to call the leaders of this poor, misdirected country to accountability. Our goal is to have over 150 citizens at each of those visitations on the 25th and 26th. We need you to be among them. We must tell them that the Maine citizens demand a different direction. Let Allen know that his political ambitions are over if he doesn't call for impeachment. They are over unless he stops funding. Let Michaud know that impeachment is a morality issue and demanding it is a matter of integrity and a matter of accountability. The Constitution can be saved only if we speak up. Nothing less is at stake here. Please be in Portland on the 25th. Please be in Bangor on the 26th. Thanks very much.